Good afternoon. So last class we were discussing chart, and after a lot of problem. So just I'll review the same. Then we will move on to pivot table. So just I'll brush up with chart. Okay. So in Excel, one of the important feature, like we can easily prepare chart or graph. So that you can visualize the data graphically, easy to convey that growth of your business or the whatever process are happening. Okay, so for that we will easily create in that one of the spreadsheet is Excel. So here we are going to prepare chart. So when I say chart, we can say it's a graphical representation of data. So it's mainly for data comparison, and you can easily convey the performance of any like marketing, sales, student performance. So for any sort of data comparison and analysis, we can do using chart. So here, what are the chart properties? Means before starting a chart, what are the things I should have? Means data for on which you want to create your chart. So your data range, or what you say, the table which contains data. Second thing, based on that, what kind of comparison you want to do, you can select the chart type. So depends on your chart and chart type. So sorry, depends on your requirement, you will be selecting the chart. So we say chart type. Then when you are representing the chart, what should be in x-axis? I wanted to mention what is x-axis range. Similarly, y-axis range. Then chart title. Then x and y-axis title. Then legend for the chart. So these are all the information we should use or we should know to prepare the chart. So the data for which you want to create the chart and what chart type will be suitable for the data. Then what should be, what are the data I wanted to give it in x-axis, and what are the data I wanted to present in y-axis, title, legend. Okay, so these are all called chart properties. And here, if I come to chart type, so the commonly used are bar chart, column chart. In this stacked, in bar chart, again, one more model is there, which is called stacked bar chart. Then you have pie chart, then line chart, XY chart, then combo chart, area chart. Okay, so like this, we have various types of chart. So now, the last class, as we discussed, like if I have only one set of range to compare, then I could use, now you can see the sales volume for 4 quarters. It's a small data. So if there is only one set of data, suppose if I, in case instead of this, if I have for different area, so let's say area 1, and similarly if I have for area 2, if I say here area 2, so now the data is extended, the range is extended. We'll change the data. So in this case, I cannot go for pie chart for comparing different area or zone. Okay, so like only one set of data you wanted to compare, then I can use the very simple chart, that is pie chart. So which shows through the pie, like the highest data will be, the pie will be bigger. So it's just to represent the area that if the you can see here quarter 2 is having highest sales, like you can see 4,500, whereas quarter 1 is 1,700, that is the least. So this pie size, based on that I can tell the highest or the maximum or the least one. Okay, so this is, as I told you, that suppose we are concentrating on the first quarter. So here if you see in this, as soon as I select the chart, you will get a, you can have two tabs. One is format, another one is design. You have design and format. So using design, I can do all the changes. I can select the chart element. I can change the layout of my chart area, then color of the chart and the predefined styles. Okay, so the predefined style chart type, and you wanted to select different data, and you want to change the chart type, or you want to move to the chart sheet. So it is your choice. So now you can see I wanted to, I just double click on the chart. So right side, you will get this pan, that is format chart area, where you have all the option. You can change the color, you can change the effects. I can change the background color. I can change the title color. I can give the legend. So here, which color is for first quarter, second quarter? So this is called legend. So what I'm getting in the bottom, this is called legend. So this where it should appear, everything you can decide. So in this, if you go here, the chart option, you have the chart area. So you have chart area, plot area. So plot area is only where the chart is appearing. This is called your plot area. Only that plot area can be filled, or you can adjust with the border. So however you want, you can do this. Now the plot area, I applied border. You can see before it was not there. So you can, the entire chart area is divided like this: chart area, plot area, chart title. So you can see the chart title right now. So for this chart title, what do you want to do? So let us customize our window. So I want to write the title. First change the title. Okay, so let us have sales comparison for 4 quarters. So it is your choice. The whatever title I want, I can represent. So you are allowed to change the title. So in that way, when we are, I wanted to show the value. Yeah. Yes, Varun. Any doubts? Any doubts, Pa? Anybody have doubts? You can ask me. I'll wait. Okay. So I'll continue. So I wanted to show the values on the plot area or on my pie, on each pie. So here, right click on this, add data label. So immediately you can see in every location, the value, how much sales in each quarter, it is showing automatically. And if you want, you can extend the size of your plot area. You can increase or decrease the size. And here, apart from this, I said only, for example, I wanted to show we are getting less sales in the first quarter. This I want to highlight. So I'll change here the angle of this, first of all. Second, I'll change the position. So I will show here. So what is what's happening with our first quarter? This I can divide and show. Okay. So that everything you can do during the comparison time. Okay. Or you can only move the one pie. This, so you have to select only the particular pie and change the scaling. So these are all you can try. So which I'm explaining, which I wanted to focus more, this particular pie can be reorganized. For example, if I want this, double click on that yellow color pie, then you can change it. You can show, you can rotate that angle however you want. Okay. So now I added the label plus. If I wanted to change the text color, I can say the text options. So only for text, what color I want. Chart type, or just I'm going to select the entire area, then text options. So text fill. So by default, the color is given. So you can select for all what color. So outline, color, everything you can select. So right now I selected in this way. So next you can, and last class as we discussed, this can be moved to the chart area, means chart sheet. So apart from worksheet, we have even chart sheet. So I just select new sheet, that to chart. So this sheet contains only chart. Plus I'm going to change the layout of the chart. I want along with title and legend. Legend should appear at the top or on the right side. So you can see here. So this only legend can also be, you can increase or decrease. You can change only the color for the legend. So I wanted to fill the color. I want to increase it. So if suppose if not getting increased, what you can do in home also, there is an option. You can change the size of it. So I increased, you can see here, it's got increased. So this is called legend, what I'm selecting currently, which is called legend. Okay. So now from worksheet area, we are changed to the chart sheet area. And now suppose if I'm going for printout, if I'm taking printout, so only the chart will be printed on your paper. This is how it appears. Okay. Even you can change the setting of it as per your requirement. Yeah. So this is about pie chart. So if I have like this two set of data, how do I represent through chart? So this we will see now. Insert. So only one set of y-axis can be compared with pi. Okay. Or else I can go for, so always Excel will recommend you the chart in this way. So this you can select how, if you are following, or if you like to have, you can select the same, or you can decide by yourself. So always the recommended chart list will come. This is the suggestion given by Excel. So if you like any of this, you can go for that. So how the sales, this is area chart. The first area 1 and area 2, what is the difference? So that we could see. So normally if you select delete, automatically it gets deleted. So select whichever chart you want. And as our data is in such a way, this is column chart. So that this is in 1000, this is in more than 20,000, so that the difference you can see. So I just make the changes for this also. I'll bring it higher. So you can see this changes. So immediately it will reflect. Okay. So now if you see here the design, you can change using predefined style. So just if you select appropriate design, you will get immediately. At the same time, as I said in the last class, you should be able to select for each one. For example, only area 1, I wanted to give more presentation part. So only for uh, the area 1, right now you can see all the blue color bars are selected. So you can select here fill option, how you wanted to fill, so that you can select, and you can even select the effects. So in the effects, you can give the shadow for this, you can give the glow for this, you can give the soft edges, you can give 3D format for this. So everything you can try. So you wanted a materialistic one, so you can change as per your requirement. Okay. And in that, how you want to give the appearance, that you can select. 3D appearance, glow you can select. So how you wanted to give the glow for that bar. Then shadow also, you can drop the shadow either uh, top or bottom or in the corner. So which data I would like to visualize, or I wanted to show more focus to the clients, that I can customize. Okay. So all these things we have done in the last class, but due to internet problem, so I'm doing a recall of those features. It was not in the continuous session, so the same thing I'm doing. So any doubts, you please ask, you message me or unmute and ask your doubts. So this is about column chart. So column chart is when you have the series of values like year-wise data or month-wise data or the sales comparison, then you can go for column chart. So same thing, instead of column chart, the same data I can represent through line chart also. You can see here in the chart, I could select line. So that line I can drop to some other area. So now we are in line chart. So again, the line chart, you can when you can use that based on that line grow, like the way how it's appearing. So you can understand from the first quarter how it is started, how it is increasing, again how it is dropping. So basically it's for in the market research, you can use this line chart. So these are all the predefined style. So chart title, x-axis is quarter, y-axis is values. I said in the last class, if I want to change by default, it will only take the range. So as per your data, what you selected for the comparison, based on that. So here minimum value of this, first select only the values, you can check in the status bar. So average is 32,750. So based on that, automatically for every chart, it takes the measurement like 10,000 to minimum 10,000 to maximum 60,000. So that could be the highest range. So in case if the user wanted to customize it, so this is possible. So what I can do here, it's a horizontal axis. So vertical axis. So vertical axis, what do you want to do? Not alignment. So I want axis options. So you can see here minimum. So units starting from 1,000 and every time it has to increase 10,000, 10,000 or what is the range? Maximum is 60,000. So this you can decide. So major instead of 10,000 or 2,000 difference, you can increase. So if I want to represent by highest is, for example, maximum I'll go up to 50. So our data, one of the data is 55,000. So the representation is wrong. So these are all you can try. So I should give highest as 60,000 and minimum I would like to start from 5,000. So that you can give. So the values, the ranges will be more. So if the based on the data, user can select what measurement it should take here. Okay, so that is possible. Everything, how do I do any changes according to my requirement? Just double click on your chart area. You will get here format chart area. In this, each one you can select only the area, only the title, axis, legend. So legend, so here this is your legend place. This how I wanted to give. I wanted to make it outline with yellow color. So the compound type I'll use. So only the legend we make yellow color border. Blue color line represents area 1, orange color line area 2. So all this you can format. So everything you have to come over here and you can change it. Okay. So each part of the chart element can be altered. So here, suppose I wanted to add my own title. For example, in the x-axis, I want title. So what I wanted to add. So I just add quarters. Okay. Then right side, I wanted to add the sales value. So axis title vertical. So here I will represent as sales value. Okay. So now what I'm giving is y axis title. So this element can be added or removed. So this you can do using chart elements, axis, chart title, data label, or data table also you can show below your chart. I could show the table as well. You can see. So there no need to look at the data. I'll move to chart sheet so that it will be still simpler. So you can see in the chart itself, I can see the data plus the chart representation. So this is chart, add or remove the chart element. Okay. And as I said, at any point of time, you can change the chart type. So change chart type. So from line chart, suppose I wanted to represent bar chart. So immediately I would like to change it. So this is possible. After adding this, suppose I wanted to show only for particular area. I don't want to show all the quarters, all the data. Only for the third quarter, I wanted to show the comparison to the audience. So what I'm going to do, filter. Here there is a filter tool. I don't want to show for all. So what I'm going to do, only quarter 4, I'm selecting apply. So deselect all, quarter 4, apply. So now you could see in the chart only for fourth quarter that data, and what is in the area 1 is $36,000 and area 2 is $25,000. So like this, I can filter and show the chart only for. So I can, if my minus, my area is I'm in charge for the quarter 4. So I can tell this is happening in quarter area 1 and area 2. How do I improvise it? So in the chart, any point of time, you can filter and show only the necessary data which you want. Or I can remove instead of both area. Suppose I'm in charge for area 2. So I'll only show for area 2 what sales is happening. But all together, when we are comparing, I can show all. So like this, you can filter the data during the representation. So these are all the things are possible with chart. So for the sales comparison, market research, performance analysis, you can go either column chart. So you can easily understand the highest is, this is highest in quarter 3, area 1 is getting highest sales. Same way, quarter 3, area 2 is getting highest sales, which is very less. That is also I can monitor immediately. So area 1 in quarter first, we have less sales. So this is when you wanted to analyze a performance, use column chart, bar chart, or you can use line chart. Okay. Now with the same data, I wanted to represent through stacked bar chart. So select your data. Now go to insert. I have an option which is called stacked column chart. So based on the value, you could see this. Now this is called stacked column chart. So the how many areas you have? Let us add one more area. So I have now 3 area. How do I include in my existing chart? I want to extend area 2 as well. So where I should present, or I should take to add the third area. Let me change it to area 3. Do some changes with this data. I did some changes. Now I would like to, any point of time, I can extend the data. So that, how do I do that? Come to design, select data. So add. So it's already area 1, area 2. So series name is area 3 and the values are, you can select the values. Say okay. So now you can see immediately the third stack was added automatically. So now you can see. So in the growth, I can see in the first quarter, least is area 1, highest is area 2, moderate is area 3, In quarter 2, highest is again area 2. In quarter 3, highest is area 1. So the portion, how much that bar is appearing, I can identify. Even you can show the value over there. So it is your choice. You want to show or not, it is your requirement. And now in this chart, the background is filled with gray color. How do I change the background color gray to some other color? Double click on this. This is chart area. So chart area, fill. I want to fill with gradient. So I'd like to take different color. It's not getting altered, no? Double click. Okay. I have to select fill. Yeah, this is fill option only. Only border is filled up. Shadow is changing. Okay. Okay. By mistake, I'm working on border. So fill color, solid or gradient fill. So now it is altered. So you have all the options here itself. So fill separate, border is separate. I was changing border color and I'm seeing the filling option. Okay. So you have to observe all these things. Okay. So now this is, we call it as stacked bar chart. Okay. Now I want to show one example for XY chart. So let's say the simple data, which is for XY chart. So usually this they'll use for engineering, maths, and scientific data comparison. They use XY chart. Okay. So we have in the insert, we have XY chart. So let us type some data. Now for this, I wanted to create a XY chart. So you can see this. It's just make the point. So in every year, what is your sales? That will be marked with the points. So this is usually used for scientific or engineering, where the X and Y axis will be combined into one point. So this is called XY chart. Okay. So similarly, anybody have doubts, Pa? Any doubts, you can ask me. All of you are participating, but only thing you have to ask the doubts. Okay, I'll continue. So this is about XY chart. And last class, we have even discussed about combo chart, where the combination of column chart and line chart. Okay. And one more example, maybe year, profit and loss. Okay. So now if I want to compare this, so which chart I can use? Profit and loss I wanted to show. So insert chart. So the recommended chart is a line chart, or I can use area chart. So when the line is up, I can see profit or loss. In which other year or I got a loss, that will be shown. In 2021, I got loss. Then I have in 2007, then I had in 2030. So where that orange color is, so this again, double click on this. So format data series, fill with, it's in particular color, so which I could change. So loss, I wanted to give it in some red color. Profit, I wanted to fill with some other color. So it is your choice. So green area will represent as profit. So chart title, I'll say profit and loss comparison. Okay. So whatever title you want, you can represent. Fine. So this is called area chart. So at least minimum we should be knowing when to use column chart, bar chart, line, pie, area chart, XY chart, combo. Okay. So minimum, these are all must. And later on, like based on the requirement, we'll be using some advanced chart also. That is, and first thing, once you select the data in the insert chart, you will be having a suggestion. That means Excel itself is giving suggestion for you. You can go along with the suggestion, or you can decide your own chart. Okay, you can, in the column itself, I can go for 3D model also. So how you want, you can select. In everything, there is a 3D cluster model. So that is also available, which you can select. So here I don't want. So select data. Here I will remove. Okay, but it's showing 1, 2, 3 like that. So that also we can change. Edit data range. I can select the year. So like this, I can represent. This I'll remove. So in which year I am getting profit, which year I am getting loss. So this purple color, everywhere it is loss. So that I can change it. I can represent. So yellow color, wherever is coming, it is loss. Orange, wherever it's coming, this is profit. So like this, you can show the comparison. So change the chart type. You can decide how you want. So based on the line also, you can identify. So profit or loss, above profit or above below loss, so that you can identify. Okay. So first you can try up to this. So waterfall chart and one more we will people chart. The two I will take you later. Okay. Now with the same data, here next to chart, you have the option. You can observe here next to that spark line is there. So let us remove. Okay. If you have less data, you wanted to get a tiny chart in the worksheet itself. Instead of separate chart appears as a embedded object, like one separate object appears on the worksheet area. But if I wanted to get the chart or the small comparison or tiny chart in the cell itself, then place cursor here. I can see the analysis of this by using this spark line. What is your data range? You select. So you want to compare this 3. You can see here there is a line appearing. So you can observe it is appearing within the cell. The chart which appears within the cell is called spark line or the tiny chart, where you can identify high point and low point. So you can see like this, you can drag for other. So that line shows your higher or your how you are leading. That the line is up means you can understand it's at this point, first area higher point, here second area higher point. So like this you can observe. So if you change the value, that point will be changing. Okay. So this is another way to do the comparison when you have less amount of data. Okay, which is in insert spark line. So spark lines will appear within the. So let me clear all. Place cursor over here. Go to spark line. I select now column chart. What is the data range? I'm selecting in this order. So I'll say okay. So you will get the bar. So if the values are higher, that bar will appear more. If it is less, you will get smaller. Okay. So this also will help you, but when you have less data, you can prefer this. So same way as we discussed profit and loss, that you can use with a spark line. One more model. So let me clear, select, you can clear all. So another model is only when you wanted to work with the positive and negative values, win or loss. Okay. So I'll say here product code, series 1. Okay. So P101, P102. So if it is profit means I'll give positive. Negative means I'll give loss means negative. I give negative number. So now if negative, I'll represent through negative. Loss means negative value. Now you can see win or loss, data range. So let me plot here, data range, select this. So if only profit, you will get blue color line, that is upper line, else you will get red line, where still you can customize this data. Okay. So you should have the values, sales value, then win or loss you should have. So let me move this. I'll just shift this data. So insert win or loss, data range. This I'll select. Okay, my line is there. I have to plot it here. So you can see in which are the cell, the bar is down, like red color bar. Last means it will come down than your actual range. So then you can understand in these, for these product code, we are getting loss. Okay. So there you can find out low point in one color, high point in another color. So everything you can decide. So here you have an option, sparkline marker color. High point means it should come in green. I can say high point will be in green. In marker, low point should come in. So whichever color we prefer to understand, that you can select. Let me select some kind of pink. So this you can identify whichever is green, it is higher. Whichever is blue, there is a profit. Whichever pink, there is a loss. So this is called tiny chart which appear in the cell area, which is called spark line. Spark line is next to the chart option. Okay. So this you can try. For graphical representation of data, you can go for a chart, which is a individual object where it appears separately as an image. Okay. So even if now it is in chart area, again, I can change to, instead of chart area, I can bring it to my worksheet. So object in where is my data, or you can bring it to the sheet. So object into some different sheet. Again, so you can switch over from sheet to chart area, chart sheet, or from chart sheet to worksheet. Both are possible. Okay. So whatever I'm trying in front of you, this you can try and you can send me to the mail, and you can mail me if you have doubts. Okay. Fine. So any doubts you can ask. Next, we'll move on to pivot table. Okay. So students, you can 5 minutes, we'll take break. Then we will continue. Okay. Okay, let us continue. So the next topic, all of you come back. We will continue with another topic is pivot table. So here in insert, we have an option called pivot table. You can see here, this is in Excel. When we are discussing about feature of Excel at the beginning of the class, I told data analysis. You can analyze your data, the process, what happening with your business, with your any kind of like manufacturing, production, sales, then labor management, then productivity level. So for all, you need to analyze so that you can improve your business, you can take decision. So for all, the very easiest tool, like the in all compared to all other spreadsheet, Excel is giving powerful or simple tool is pivot table. You can call it as pivot table or pivot table. Now, so it's what is the use of this pivot table? It from this, I wanted to get the particular analysis. Let's say I wanted to see how much quantity sold for each products. For every products, how much quantity I sold. So now I should filter, I have to sort it, then I have to bring only the product code and quantity. This summarized information, or you can summarize, you can get comprehensive data from the complex table using pivot table. So if I want to create a pivot table, my first thing, I should have a table. That means you can prepare a table in respect to sales, marketing, or it's a performance oriented, anything. So first we need to have data. Then place cursor inside your table, click on insert pivot table. So as soon as you select the option, you will get this dialog window which create pivot table, where it's showing the data automatically, it's got selected. See to that in the table there should be no blank rows or blank columns. Only that is our thing. So make sure that there should not be more empty rows and columns. Then automatically it by itself it select the range. You can see the range sheet 2 exclamation $A1 to $E21. So my data ranges A1 to E21, which is in sheet 2. Now I would like to create a pivot table for this data, and I wanted to present the table in the existing worksheet. So somewhere inside the same, I will try to prepare. For example, I'll let us create here. So now you can find out this, the pivot area. So this is your table area. This is your pivot area. So where you are going to organize it. So you can see this. Now in this pivot area, using this pivot fields, I will select product code and put it in rows. I'll select quantity, I'll put it in values. You can see now how simple way we are organized from complex data. I said my first question, I wanted to find the total quantity sold for to the our total quantity sold for each product code. So how simplified way we are organized. If you wanted to see how we got 14,500, double click on that. It prepare how we got that. It is showing in a separate, only for product one, it has collected the data. You can do cross verification also. You can check here how it has organized. So product one quantity. So just select only these areas. So selection of only product one, you can see the sum is 14,500. That is what I'm getting here. You no need to sort, you no need to filter, nothing. Automatically it will organize. So this is the advantage of using pivot table. Once I get pivot table, so and once again I'll tell you, I remove all of them. I got a pivot. I said insert pivot table. This is the data and I got the layout area. I selected, I wanted to get it here. My first simple question is, I wanted to find total sales for each product code. What I selected, product code, I put it in rows or I can put it in columns. It is your choice. But when you put it in column, it have so like it become a bigger table. If you have more data, the table size will be bigger. So I don't want to have, if you have such more data, you can organize. But for example, I select quantity into values. So where it's showing now in the, instead of row wise, it's showing in column wise. It is your choice. I put it in row. So this is very what you say, compact form, and I can get that data. So what I wanted in row label, I change over here. So the row label is product code. You can see row label is product code. Okay. Now automatically the table, the headings are highlighted with blue color and the grand total. So total sales is 61,300. You can see with your original data, what is your total sales? It is in left side of your table. Moved towards left. Quantity, how much? You select and see. So it's about 61,300. I'm showing in the status bar where my mouse pointer is moving. You can check here. So I can easily get the summarized data using pivot table. After getting the pivot table, anything I want to do comparison, how I got 13,200, just to double click on this area, it shows how we got 13,200. So how many times we did sales for P105, only it's filtering and showing for 105, and how much quantity of the sales. So all this you can get again from that subset you can get. Okay, you are getting. Once I wanted to know only for P102, double click on that. So what's it's happening, it's adding another sheet where it's showing only for the selected data, that product code and the quantity I'm getting. So how it's simplified way to filter and get the data for particular product. So this is the real use of pivot table. Now with the pivot table, once I go to design, how I want, already there are predefined styles for the table. So which you would like to organize, in that way you can select your table. Then I don't want the column headers. I can remove column headers. I can remove row headers, banded rows, banded columns. So same way, I don't want to get grand total. So now suppose I don't want to get the total. I will say off. Only the data is showing, no total. So anytime I can on and off the total, row wise or column wise. Right now only rows. Report how I want, in tabular form, the compact form, so that you can decide. Okay. So next we will see one more. Suppose I wanted to, once I'm coming out of this, automatically the pivot fields will disappear. Once you place cursor inside, the pivot field is appearing. Once you come out of it, the pivot field will disappear. Okay. So it is, now I place cursor again in the table range. Next, insert pivot table. So it will automatically select your range and shows. Next, you want to prepare the report in the new sheet or existing sheet. Already we tried existing sheet. Let us create a new sheet. Say okay. So it prepare one empty sheet in that pivot layout. You can see here pivot table it's showing, and here suppose I want the sales of each product under different area. So product code, I'll put it in rows. Area, I will put it in columns. Where in the sum, where it's showing the third format sum, only I can get the total or counting. Let's say product code, how many times I'm getting sales in each area I have counted, because I dropped what product code. Anytime I can reorganize. Area I can put here, code I can put right side, then the code I can count. So now you can see for the particular product in how many transactions for that particular product, 5 times. For each area wise, in Hanuman Nagar 4 times. So how I got 4 times? One is from product 1, another one is product 2. If I double click on this, I'll come to know how many transactions for Hanuman Nagar. Only for product 1 and 2. Okay. So after getting the table, after preparing your pivot table, again you can do further analysis. So what I put it in sum, that is here you can see the sum values. What we put it here, only I can use the formulas, which is means I have to use only the formulas with the numerical data. So most of the time here what we organize in values should be considered as the numerical column. Okay. So now in this, again, I'll say count of product code. Already the title is given. Column label. So columns representing product code. So I can give the title, my own title. And row label, it's a area. So I'll say area. So counting of product. Counting of number of transaction for each product. So I have organized. Now from this, I don't want to show for all. Suppose I want to show for specific products. So I can filter. You can see already basic of filtering we have learned. How do you select only for specific products? So now instead of all, it is showing only for product 1, 2, and 3. So in the report, I can filter finally as per your requirement. Okay. And now you can see in the design, as I said, I wanted to get grand total, subtotal. So for example, I'll add one more thing here. I want under area, above the area, I want zone. So you can see under north zone, under south zone, it is categorized again further. So these are all I can do. For example, I don't want counting. I want sales amount. So now you can identify what are the things we have done. So the comparison purpose and how we want the comparison, how, like what data to be compared. So all this, if you know, you can analyze and you can take decision. Now I can see for the particular product, what is the total sales? And I can compare. For example, for this also, I can analyze using pivot chart. I can take stacked bar chart. You can see the analysis. Again, here also I can filter, not for all the products. I want to see only for first 4 products, or the products which I'm selling. Only for that I can take comparison, or the products which I'm showing more concentration. So for that I can do comparison. Okay. So this is for this pivot table, what I'm getting from this table. If you want to analyze and show, you can use pivot chart. Let us do once again from beginning. Where is your data in sheet 2? Now place cursor inside, insert pivot table, new sheet or existing worksheet. So I'll say new sheet. So it will create a new sheet, or if I say existing sheet, I should select where I want. Already one table is there. I'll prepare somewhere down in the same worksheet. So immediately the layout, this is called pivot layout. So this will appear for the pivot report, the pivot fields. Suppose if it is also hidden, you can enable it. Once you be inside, in analyze, you can select field list. Now you decide how you want to organize. So product code. So I'll put it in rows. In the filter, suppose I want zone wise. So zone, I will put it in filter. Then quantity, I put it in values. Then again, zone, again, I'll put it in once again in rows also. It is your choice. If you don't want, drag and drop everything, drag out, it will go off. Again, you can put it in, suppose product code in filter, area wise, I want sales. Now you can see the table is organized with area wise sales, where all the products are showing. You can, suppose if you have huge amount of record, for example, you have a zone wise, state wise, country wise, bulk records, lot of records you have. I wanted to see only for Karnataka. Then in the filter, I can select only for the particular area. So now it's showing only for product 2. Like page filtering will be there, no? Suppose I have 10,000 of record. I wanted to see only for particular area, particular, don't want to show for all. So let us create once again. Insert pivot table. New sheet I'll select. So what are the columns we have in our table? All the thing will be getting loaded here. Then you select which fields you are comparing. I'm comparing products in column. So totally I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is there. In middle 7, 8, 9 is not there. 10 is there. Then area, first I'll put it in zone in rows. Under zone, areas. You can see. Then sales. Suppose I don't want the total. I wanted to see maximum sales, highest sales for each product code under each zone. So value field setting, instead of sum, you take max. How do I select here? Click on this value field setting, select which function you want, select OK. Now you can see these are all not sum. We are among this in north zone, which is the highest sales. 3,15,000, which is from, okay, it is total. Okay, you could see here highest of each product. Okay, total. Suppose I don't want to get total. How do I off this? Design. I don't want grand total, off. Now I could see in this highest values. So in South zone, in product one, highest sales is product one, no sales. So product two, if you have more than one data, it can show the highest. For example, in West zone, you can see, I'm going to filter in zone only West. Now you could see in West, I have for Hanuman Nagar, Jayanagar, MG Road, like that. So highest sale is how much? Among these two, highest is 7,65,000. Okay. So let us get back all. So from this, as I said, you can format the table however you want, like tabular form or the compact form. So it's the way how you want, you can create. And after that, for analyze purpose, with the table, with this organized table, I can represent pivot chart. From pivot table, I can create pivot chart. So you can see this. So it's showing because of lot of data, it's coming like this. So I'm representing through bar chart. So we wanted to see the highest and the lowest. So you can see under each one. So by seeing this, which bar is longer, that you can understand. This is the highest one. So product 102 is having highest sales among all. And again, I said filtering, I can do only for particular zone, only for North zone. So among this product code, highest is P102. So these are all user choice. Area, I don't want to show for all. Again, I wanted to compare only in Indiranagar and Jayanagar. So when you are presenting the report, you could select exactly which area, which zone, everything. Okay. So after changing, you can change the color combination, everything. So again, we'll get back all, select all. Okay. This side also select all. Okay. So you can try out chart. Then the next option, Sparkline and pivot table. Once you get pivot table, you will get analysis tool. And one more thing in this, there is an option called slicer and timeline. You wanted to see only the specific product, specific area, or if you have the year date wise transaction, you want to see only the particular month, year, day transaction, then you can go for timeline. So Now you could see this is your data. We'll take one back. Okay, let us prepare and then we'll do slicer. New worksheet I'm taking. Okay, it's a basic representation of products under each area. What is the sales? How much sales we are getting? Okay, now from this, I just insert a slicer. In the slicer, I wanted to see for area. You could see here all the area, it's in my slicer. I could select the different color so that I wanted to see only for Hanuman Nagar. You can see immediately it is changing. You want multiple selection, you select multiple. So by default, everything will be selected. If I don't want, I can select only for one product. This is called slicer. If you have a bigger table, larger table, I can, instead of showing all, suppose I wanted to show, if my client, I wanted to show only for Jayanagar, I can pick up only for Jayanagar. So what is the total sales? 1 lakh, 12 lakh 33,000. How I'm getting 12 lakh 33,000? Again, I double click, I can show the data. For 101, 102, what is the sales I'm getting? So this is what I'm getting the right side. It's called slicer. So once again, I can add multiple slicers also. For that, place cursor inside your table, analyze, insert slicer. So first slicer is for only area. Suppose second slicer is for product code. So I drag and drop. I'll just say okay. Now you see another slicer is for product code. So slicer is basically for view only what item you select from the slicer, only that data will be visible over there. So here this is for multiple selection. Suppose I wanted to select, I deselect MG Road, Pinya Utrali. So this three only I retain this. In this, I wanted to show only for 101, 102, 103. So I want only for 101, 213. So how I'm showing for the user when we are doing comparison, suppose your retailer for product 101, I wanted to show only for 101, and in your area what are the other products your other marketers are selling, that comparison I can show. So this is the purpose of slicer. So the slicer can be added as many levels that you have data. Whenever you want, once you be inside the pivot table, analyze, in analyze tab, you have slicer and timeline. Timeline, I said the data you should have date transaction, date wise. So date wise sales, date wise payment, higher date of transaction. So something I should have in measuring with the time or period. Then I can use timeline. But in slicer is common for all sort of data. So whenever I click slicer in my table, the pivot table, when you are preparing, what are the fields you had? That fields it will show. For me, the slicer will applicable only for code, area, and zone. Correct. So like this, I can have multiple slicers. Then when I'm showing with the users, I can tell only for which zone I wanted to show. So right now in this table, there is no zones, only for area and product code. So that I could apply. Zone I have not added in this. So anytime pivot table field, suppose I add zone also. Now zone is also added. You could see south zone. So zone I'll put below the above the area. Now you could use zone as well. So I want see only for south zone. Only south zone I'll select. Other zones I'll deselect. So now the data for south zone is visible. So what I take it here, this is called slicer. Okay. Yeah. Few seconds. So the slicers will help you for concentrate or analyze only for specific data after preparing your table. I have full table ready. In this, I wanted to show for the customer only about the particular product. So I'll select only product 1. So only for product 101 data is appearing. What is the total sales for product 101? And grand total, subtotal. Okay. So once you double click how you are getting that total, that data, it gives you one more detailed review. Okay. In this again, you can go for slicer and other thing, and where you can see only for again further analysis. I use for zone. Okay. Say okay. Here I can filter only again for particular zone. So from my table, again, I can do further analysis. So this is, we consider as one of the data analysis tool, which help us for to get summarized information the way how I want to represent, or I want to take printout, or I wanted to prepare pivot chart, or I wanted to show the comparison using slicers. So you can customize it. Right now it's appearing in this way. We can see the data. Again, with your all formatting tools, you can format this table properly and you can give back the reports. Okay. So this is called pivot table and pivot chart. So there first your table range on which you want to prepare that pivot table. Then you have to work on pivot fields. Then you have to arrange the data in rows, column, and the value field, and the filter, page filter. So you have to organize which data should come in row wise, which data should come in columns, on which data you want to do calculation like sum, maximum, minimum, counting. And how do you want to, if you have huge data, you can do page filtering. Then after that, once you prepare, you can do further analysis just by double clicking on it, and you can change the layout of the table, then format your table. Then you can create pivot chart. So all this you have to remember and you have to practice. So this pivot table, again, it's a important tool for creating MIS reports, Management Information System reports. So pivot chart for further analysis. Then you can add the slicer. So further filtering can be done through slicers. Okay. So everything is here. And how do I use these options? Only that I should know. Here I can make it banded columns or banded rows alternatively to highlight it. Row header I'll remove, column headers I'll remove. And blank rows, insert blank rows after each item. You can add extra rows if you have more data. Layout, outline form or compact form. So tabular form, how you want. Then total and grand total, how you want. You don't want to show for columns means you can off. Only you can show for rows or only can show for columns. So only grand total at the end of each zone. So like this, you can design. In analyze, what is your table name? Then how you wanted to add a slicer, how do you refresh? Refresh is basically the original data, what I have. In that, any changes if I do, that here also it should get updated. Let us say here, I had added lot of table. In sheet 2, suppose product 1, this I change from 90,000, I add to 1 lakh. So I did some changes. Any changes with in respect to any of the data. For example, 5 lakhs 40,000, I changed to 9 lakhs. So I did some changes. This will not directly reflect into your table. If you wanted to get reflected, then you should use this refresh button. Okay. So now you could see this is updated. Before it was not getting, before it was 90,000 like that. I did refresh. So the data is getting updating. Unless I click on refresh, if there is a changes in your original table, after generating a pivot table, if you do changes in the original, that does not reflect in your tables. You go to any table right now and you check here, it does not show the original unless we click refresh. Okay, either you give refresh or refresh all. And you want to clear all, the full formation of this can be cleared, and again you can recreate it. Okay. So till then, it's a exercise for you. You can try with all these options. So you have to remember all these things. What is slicer? What is pivot field? How do you put it in rows, columns? How do you change the layout of the table? How you will compare with your own data? So that you have to try. Okay. So let us see one small exercise, assignment, which you have to do it and send to me. And now I could get the response from some of the students. You people are sending. I could see the assignments. Okay. So continue the same. You try to complete your assignments and send to my mail ID. So last class, I prepared and showed you how to prepare one student mark list. Okay. Now we take another example. It's employee payable calculations. Okay. Anybody have any doubts? You can ask me. Chaitra, Danush, any doubts regarding this today's topic? Any doubts, Pa? The people who are connected, who are listening, send me the message if you have doubts. Okay, Ramya, Satyam. Okay, fine. So for the today's one small assignment, we have to prepare one employee payable where you have to organize with employee ID, then employee ID, then okay, Chaitra. Okay, ma. Okay. Then we'll be giving a name of the employee, then basic pay, HRA, DA, PF, then gross pay, then tax, then net pay. So all will decide. So here employee ID you can fix. So at least when you are trying 10 to 20 records, you try. Okay. I'm going to fill for only few. Okay. Okay. Now we fill basic pay in different range. Now we will be just HRA means what? So these are all the allowances given to employee. HRA means house rent allowance. Either they'll give the quarters or they'll give the amount for the house rent. So that is called house rent allowances, which is based on the employee category and the experience. That means based on their position in the organization. So there is a for each employee category, it is differ. Then dearness allowance, which is given for children's education. Then PF, provident fund. So both employee and employer will contribute some amount. So that is provident fund. Then finally gross pay, tax, then net pay. So house rent allowance, how do we fix? For example, if the salary is up to 20,000, okay, so up to 20,000 of salary or basic pay, they'll be eligible to get 5% on basic pay as their house rent allowance. Else, next category, if they are 21,002 or 20,001 to 50,000, they'll be getting 8% of on basic pay. This is one heading. Then dearness allowance up to 20,000, dearness allowance, we fix it as 10%. Just the percentage will be varying, that's it. Then for them, we'll give 12%. For all of them, only 8% on basic pay. So regardless of salary amount, it is fixed for all of them. 8% on their basic pay. Then gross pay, you have to add basic pay plus HRA plus DA. This is gross pay. Taxes, we will fix least value among HRA, DA and PF. Among this, which is the least amount, that is tax. Then net pay is gross pay minus, you have to subtract tax plus PF. This is your gross pay. Now we'll try to do this. So I have to find out HRA, DA, PF, gross pay, tax and net pay. How do I do that? So I should do the comparison. I'll do for one, the remaining. Okay, I'll show you all, but you have to practice and give me. Okay, so HRA up to 20,000, 5% or else 8%. So how do I do this? You can listen. Equal to, if the basic pay is less than or equal to 20,000 means, then on the basic pay, we are going to calculate only 5%. You can say 0.05 or 5 by 100. Else, the next part is, it is 8 by 100. So up to 20,000, 1%. If only two category, so more than that, it is 8%. So drag for all other. So you can observe those who are getting more than 20,000, maybe 35,000, for them, it is 8%. It should be calculated. Okay. Same way, DA is for up to 20,000, 10% or 12%. So same way is equal to, if the basic pay is up to 20,000, then on the basic pay, you should calculate 10%. Else, on the basic pay, you should calculate 12%. So you can observe C3 up to 20,000, C3 into 10 by 100, else C3 into 12 by 100. So fill it up. Then there is no condition for all of them on their basic pay, just 8%. So 8 by 100. Basic pay into, on their basic pay, you should calculate only 8% as basic. Drag. Then what is gross pay? Basic pay plus HRA plus DA. Adding Basic pay, HRA, DA is called gross pay. Drag it. Tax. Among this allowances, which is the least amount? So here 600 is least, that is a tax amount. How do I compare? If and HRA is less than DA and HRA less than PF, then HRA is a least. Else, if DA is less than PF, then DA is the least value. Else, PF is the least one. So I wanted to find the least one. I've tried it, but I'm getting least also. But formula is lengthier. I'm checking first D and D with D3 with E3 and F3. Then I'm assuming D3 is the least one. Else E3 is the least one or F3 is the least one. I'm getting, but still you can solve in simplified way. And finally, net pay, gross pay minus PF plus tax. This is your net pay. So net pay is equal to gross pay minus PF and tax has to be deducted. So this is, we consider as take home salary or the like what we are getting from the company. Okay. So HRA, only simple condition, up to 20,000 salary, 5% as HRA amount, or on their basic pay 8%. DA also same condition, but percentage is different, 10% and 12%. So 10 by 100, 12 by 100. Okay. Then PF also common for all. Then gross pay, adding all the three. Tax least one in that row, which is the least amount that has to be calculated. So least amount is given in every row right now. And finally net pay. So this you form a table. You can prepare as a table. and you can show. Okay. So how simplified way we can prepare table. Okay. Now, this is one assignment. Okay. And second thing, you have to write the uh, answer or find the answer for some questions and you can send to me. So your assignment to prepare employee payable with employee ID, name, basic pay, and find HRA, DA, PF, gross pay, tax, net pay for 20 employees. And finally, format as table. So this you have to do it and send to my mail ID. Okay. Second one, what are the types of chart and its uses? So minimum you have to explain about 10 chart. So it could be subtype or the main type. So you have to tell me like what is when to use line chart, what comparison and what is the use, column chart, bar chart, pie chart, stacked bar, combo chart, XY chart, area chart. Okay. So this is your assignment. You can submit. Okay. Thank you for today's class. We will see you on next class on Monday. So before that, all of you do it and send to me, or where you can submit to that people. That's it for today's class. We'll wind up. Any doubts? Any doubts, Pa? Okay. We'll wind up for today. Yeah. Thank you, Pa. Okay.